Welcome back, everyone. Happy Friday. How we doing? Margin, Rusty, morning guys, 3D, Dino, Larry, Dirty, Tom, morning CJ, morning Robert, Chef, good morning Chef. Finish the week strong, let's go. Yes, sir. How we doing? Slow day yesterday. Just basically between our levels. I expect the same today. Feeling good, Tom. Ready for the weekend, that's for sure. Ready for the weekend. Really should just shut the market down these 2 days. Feels like we're just in limbo right here. Yesterday, today, I really don't expect much again. But, hey, we show up. See what happens. Morning, guys. Press that like button. Yes, sir. Subscribe to the channel. Good morning. All right. Welcome back, David, Tom, KZen. We're almost, we almost made it to the, we got a few days left. We don't got much time left, but we did pretty good. I think we did good at the subscriber count. Almost 94. So we're about 6,000 away from that 100K mark. We did pretty well. What was our giveaway was 87.3, so we're at like we're almost at 6.3. Yeah, we're almost at like $7,000 giveaway. That's not bad. We're getting there. Was it 89.3 or 87.3? Was it 89? I have the screenshot. I gotta go back. I think we did pretty well though. Giveaway should be nice. Where's our? I'll try to find my screenshot. I think I had it as a pinned post somewhere. Where is it? I'm scrolling. Man, I post a lot on X. Gotta really scroll back here. Next year, 200. Hopefully, margin. We'll see. 100,000 in a year would be a very lofty goal, but that would be cool. I really want that. I want that plaque, man. I want it right behind me. I want that plaque behind me. I can't find this post. It's somewhere on my X account. I'm not going to keep scrolling here. But I'll make sure to verify what it was when we get to that giveaway time. Broadcom, yeah, Broadcom continues to look pretty good, Chef. Bruce, good morning. Ponzi. KZen, appreciate that, man. 199, thank you very much, my friend. Hopefully you have a good weekend. Thank you, KZen. All right. Well, not much to report here. Pretty much just a move from demand lows to supply highs yesterday on the ES, on the NASDAQ. Slow grind higher that led to just a end of day sort of equilibrium. End of day, back to the center type move. Really nothing going on. Today I would expect more of the same. It's a slow day. It's Friday. Maybe something more on Friday, right? Maybe something. But again, next week is another sort of week that has, has stuff in the way. We have the market closed next Wednesday for New Year's. I expect just sort of a everyone on vacation, slow movement type of trade until the second week of January, which would be January 6th. Until then, I'm really not getting involved in anything. I opened, actually yesterday may have been one of the few days of 2024 that I did not open any new positions. It was a total just maintain what I have. I have Broadcom, I have Nvda, I have Tesla, everything maintained. I made no new positions. I never really saw anything in the market that would warrant a new position. And I'm going to continue to do that, man. I'm going to continue to just take it light here. Really nothing to report. Let's close this year strong. Let's cruise into 2025. If you're still hanging with me on these last few days, I appreciate you guys showing up. Yeah. Let's continue to just continue to cruise into 2025. Let's not make any stupid mistakes in this sort of sideways action. Let's review the levels again. Stay in tune with the levels, right? You always got to stay in tune. It's like you got to keep practicing every day, regardless if you're going to trade or not. Make sure to step up. Make sure to show up. Make sure to look at the levels, read the price action, and, every day is another learning experience. The hedge fund people on their yachts and exotic vacations. Probably, car guy. Yeah, definitely not in New York. They're definitely not in the freezing cold of New York. All right. Let's do it. Really nothing on the economic, nothing on the earnings. So let's just jump right into the charts, and maybe we get to leave here a little bit early today. So NASDAQ futures, let's zoom out. Hourly chart. I really think this zone below, between this 900 and 800 area, is really our key right now, right? This is really our key right now, between the 900 and the 800. It's about a 100-point range on the NASDAQ futures that I'm going to give it a lot of space, because really you have these highs right here at 800, and you have these lows that are developing here at 900. You have the 900 here, 900 here, 800s, right? 800 here. So I think it's this entire zone that we just need to sort of monitor and see what happens. That is all in a zone that's above the daily 20 SMA, right? So if we zoom in on this, we can see that pretty much everything south from this point until 21,800 is just I think, slow consolidation or a pullback back to these highs, back to that daily 20. And this would still be, that area that I think this market can sort of pull back and find another potential leg higher. Where I think that sort of breaks down for short term, right, for the short-term bulls, would be under 21,800. If we fail back under this Friday high, fail back under this high from Tuesday in the pre-market, and fail back under that daily 20 SMA, then, yeah, I think there is probably some reason to think that, okay, we might see more downside. So it's really this zone right here for me. It's 21,800 to 900. I really just need to see what happens within here. That's basically what I'm waiting to see. What happens in here? What do the buyers show me in this zone? Yesterday, the buyers showed me that they defended, right? The buyers defended that zone yesterday at 21,900 and sort of pushed us higher off that level. Today, we're coming back down to test it again. So do we break through this level? Do we fail back under the 20? Do we fail back under this Friday high? If we do, then I think you're trading back to 21,700 again. All right, so there could be a little 100-point short today, under 800 into 700. That's possible. But I would be very careful shorting within this zone here, 21,800 to 21,900. That is some previous lows that we held again yesterday. You can see right here some previous lows that we held again yesterday and possibly holding again today. We'll see what the reaction is early morning. Do we hold this 21,900 today, or do we slip down to that daily 20? I think we're going to need the daily 20 to catch up to price action before we really get anything to move on this market. So today might just be another day of the daily 20 sort of increasing in price, the price action staying pretty stable, and then maybe next week we see that daily 20 SMA step up, something along those lines. But until you break under that daily 20, I think you got to stay on the long side of this market. I think you got to believe in the pullback longs. If you break back under the daily 20 at 21,800, then, right, I think you can start to slip back to the 700. You break under 700, you're slipping back into 560. And that could start to sort of get the sellers sort of stacking back up, right? It's very possible. So let's stay open to both sides here. This is an interesting pullback. I like what we're doing here so far. This was a pretty much vertical move followed by a nice slow pullback, right? There's nothing wrong with that. This is what you want to see. We just need to see a higher low form here. That's the key now. And I think as long as the higher low forms somewhere above the daily 20 and somewhere above 21,800, then I think this is still a very bullish pullback. If we do fail below that, then things change in my mind. Probably back to 700. And then at that point, we need to be careful of this now turning into a rejection point. That's something possibly for today, but maybe more interested in that next week. I don't know if you're going to see that today. But if we do start to break that 21,800 and daily 20, and we start to fail that level, that is definitely a concern for maybe a lower high and maybe a sort of fall back lower. That is very possible. So big push, right, over the last few days, back into some major supply at 22,130, back into the 22,000, right? Very much a major supply above. You can see the rejections that came in. Now we just need to see if these higher lows form. That's the goal of today. Does this higher low form? If so, let's stay on the long side of this market. This is the same read for the QQQ. If I zoom out on this QQQ, you guys can see it's pretty much, we talked about the 525 to 526 yesterday. That was our zone, right? We had this zone on our charts, 525, 526. And yesterday, we basically just held that exact zone, right? So we had these previous highs, previous lows, previous highs. And yesterday, we got that break, we got that pullback, and we got that hold at the 525, 526. Today, it's the same exact thing, right? Same exact read. Do we hold above that zone? Do we hold above 525, 526? Do we hold above this low from yesterday or this high from Friday? Is this zone turn into a strong buy zone? That's the question, right? That is the question. Nice squeeze, nice pullback, nice hold. We're just sort of consolidating above this zone right here. If we fail back under this Friday high at 525, then that is a little bit of a concerning move, right? If we fail back under this Friday high, if we turn that back into a rejection point, that is definitely a concerning move, and that would be something that you would react to, right? I really don't think there's a reason to react to anything right now. This is sort of that randomness that I refer to, right? This is a random move right now. There is no meaning behind the move right now. You're below the supply, you're above the demand, right? So right now, this is just the market sort of finding out, right, and consolidating and letting, some sort of, what's the word? Can't think of the word. Digesting the move right now, right? That's pretty much all this is. You have your highs, your lows, you have your demand zone, 525, 526, you have your supply above, and this is all just sort of meaningless action at the moment. The meaningful moves would be a break back under 525. That's a meaningful move. That's something you react to, right? Or a break over 533, right? Those are the meaningful moves. You get above 533, that's meaningful. You get below 525, that's meaningful. But for now, this is just digesting within this channel. And I would not really get that involved in this channel, guys. The only thing that I'd get involved in on this channel, the only trade that is valid in terms of technicals, in terms of risk reward, is setting up a long off this 525, right? That's really the only trade that makes sense in terms of risk reward, right? If you get a little pullback to that demand zone today, this is a risk reward that makes sense, right? You look for that break and retest long off this previous high. That's the trade that makes sense, right? I would not short into this demand zone below. I would not short back into Friday's highs. I would not short back into yesterday's lows. That definitely doesn't make sense to me. I would also be careful even shorting into this daily 20 right here, right? You could potentially look for some scalp shorts under 526, 525 today, right? Maybe look for something like this as a risk reward short. That is possible. But I would be aware of that daily 20 below, okay? If you get up to the 533, again, you could look for the fade, right? That's very possible. That's another trade idea you could look for. Look for the fade of 533 back into the demand low. I just don't really want to get involved in that trade, okay? I'm just not really interested in the trade between the zone. If you guys want to scalp some range, right, then look for the short at 533. Look for the long at 525, 526, okay? That's it. I mean, it's just it is what it is, right? It is what it is. This is what the market's doing right now. We're on a short week. Next week's another short week. We're on holiday week. This is what you got to expect for the moment, okay? ES, very clear once again. S&P 500, We talked about this 6110 to 6120. We talked about these major previous lows and that daily 20 SMA above, and that is the exact level that rejected yesterday. Very nice, right? Yesterday, we pretty much just went from our, if you guys had our levels yesterday, all we did yesterday was go from our demand low to our supply high. That's it, okay? That's a beautiful day in terms of technicals. It's not exciting. It's not that exciting to trade, but yesterday made a whole hell of a lot of sense, right? All we did was hold the lows and reject the highs. Perfect, right? I mean, it's just a trade between the levels. It's nothing's breaking, nothing's changing. It's just a very clean previous high, right, between this 60-50, 60-60, and rejections between this 20 and 10, right? Very clear. That's it. So today we look for the same thing. Do we hold that 60-60, 60-50? Do we find another long off this low into this supply high? That would be about the only trade that I would be interested in today. So look for that 60-50 to 60-60 to hold strong today. If it does, then you probably can see another sort of pop back towards that daily 20 and that supply above. If you fail under the 60-50, if you fail under Friday's highs, that could be a concerning move, right? If you reject back under Friday's highs, possibly a little bit of a concerning move. A little bit of concern about shorting that. And why is that? It's because that daily 50s right there, right? I'm a little cautious of that, right? If you do break under the 60-50, which, you know, sometimes you want to look for the traps, right, guys? Sometimes you want to try to spot the traps before they come. And the trap here could be, right, the very possible trap here could be a little short trap. A short trap would set up on a fail under 60-50, right? And then a bounce back off the 50 SMA. That's a possible short trap that you could sort of just keep in mind and be cautious of. So if you break under Friday's highs at 60-50, you might say, all right, we're back under that Friday high. Hey, this could start to weaken. And I would agree with you there, right? This could definitely start to weaken under that 60-50. But then just be cautious, right? Because that 50 SMA won't play around, right? That's an important level right there. You can see what it's done in the past off this area. Rejected here, right? Rejected here, held here. So just be careful of a little short trap possibly setting up off that 50 SMA if you do short. This could be a little dangerous right there. So just be aware of that. If you do look to short this ES today, if we break under 60-50, make sure you got that daily 50 on your charts and make sure you're cautious around it, okay? I probably would like to short up here more. If you are going to look to short today, I'd probably look for the fade again of the 6110, 6120 zone, and I'd probably look to fade the daily 20 SMA again. That's probably a little bit more of an interesting move today. If you do get that sort of weakness to step up again at that daily 20, you could probably fade this back down into the 60, okay? So just a channel. Nothing new to report here. Let's see if it breaks today. Guys, if it breaks today, then we're going to have to reassess, right? Let's see. We just got to wait. All we can do is wait and see here. We got to see if we break under 50 or if we break over this 6110, 6120. Until then, lay low, my friends. There's really nothing to get that excited about here. Nothing to get all clicky about. Nothing to, 9:30 bell rings. I'm all in. That's just not, don't do that, please. Not in this type of action. So let this figure something out. Let the market show you something. 60-50, 6110, daily 20, daily 50. You're sort of just, look, you're right in the middle of these two SMAs. All right, if we delete these levels and just look at the SMAs, you can very clearly see how the games are being played between the dailies, right? Look at this. Rejections of the 20, and I'd say still holds the 50. So this is just a zone that I would be, sort of not interested in, to be honest, guys. I know you want to trade every day. I know, oh my God, there's a trade every day. Yeah, sure, there probably is, but for your own sanity, it's just, I don't even think it's worth it, all right? Just fine. Do a little practicing of staying patient into this end of year, right? Maybe the end of year, you just say, all right, I'm going to learn how to not trade today. I'm going to see what it feels like to just not trade and watch the price action between a chop zone. And then if it does break, you can, get ready to attack. But for now, I'd probably stay pretty light between those SMAs, just sort of sitting between them. It's just sort of a consolidation zone for now. Once we break above the 20 or below the 50, that would be where you get aggressive. Okay? SPY ETF, same read. Let's zoom out. Hourly chart. Let me get a little bit more time here. No trade, no losses. That's right. That is right. That is true. That is. I mean, hey, I agree with that. Right. No trade, no losses. Just a nice, walk away. Say, all right, took no trades. Feel good. Right. Market didn't move. Pretty happy about it. Right. If you didn't, I don't feel any. I don't feel any FOMO about not trading anything yesterday. There's no FOMO here. Right. Nothing that I'm interested in that zone. So today, same thing on SPY. Right. 602.50. 598, same exact zone. Let's see what happens here. Do we hold the 598 and pop into the 602.50? Do we pop into the 602.50 and then see a nice failure move, right? Let's just watch for that again. It's the same thing. No difference. If you break under that 598, you're going to trade pretty aggressively back to 595.50, guys. That would be, I think, a possible short you can look for, which is, I think, possibly what we might need. We might need it, right? We might need this 598 break back into this 595.50 right here. You guys see this? I don't really like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't like this. Okay, this is too far. This is too straight up, right? Straight up, straight down. You guys know my jargon. Straight up, straight down is very possible here. We might need to fill that. It's not a. Oh, I guess technically it is a gap. Actually, is it a gap? It should show as a gap, but it's not. Why is it not? Oh, no, that's okay. That's intraday. Never mind. It's not a gap. It's intraday. So it's not a gap so much in the pre-market, but it is a pretty vertical upside move, which you don't love it. It's not really a strong area of support, right? So if we do break under that 598, I would say straight down, right? Pretty quickly into 595.50. But here's the but. That would actually be my most interesting long entry, to be honest, right? If you do get that breakdown to 595.50, that would then be, and it would become, I think, a very interesting spot for bulls, right? Why is that? Because that's a retest of these highs right here. So if you do short the 598 to 595.50, please be taking profits into that level, because technically this is where bulls' eyes would light up right here at 595.50. At least the bulls that are trading off of levels, right? the non-emotional bulls. So watch 595.50. That's definitely a big spot to watch. That's a retest of these major highs. That could be that pullback level we need before anything really lights up here. Okay. IWM, a little bit of a push yesterday, but man, I'm a little cautious of this this IWM. I think this could be a little bit of a bear flag type of move here. I'm just a little bit on the sidelines on the small caps as of right now. A little bit cautious about, is there really going to be strength in these small caps again? This is a no joke supply, guys. This is not any type of, minor level here. This is the major league levels here. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, just huge rejections. They're not like short-term rejections. These are monster rejections right here. Major, 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 and major rejections at this 227 zone. I'd be a tad bit cautious as we sort of just slowly grind back into this with pretty much no volume. Not a big fan of that, right? Not a big fan of that. I'd be very careful here on the IWM. This could set up something here. I would be watching this. If we do get weakness on this market again, IWM might be the first to go, right? This might be the first to go. So be aware of this. Make sure you're aware of that 227, 226.50 area. Yeah, I think you could find, if you are looking to play something short, I think that is something to watch. Okay, I think this would be your top watch if you are looking to see if there's weakness and continuation to the downside. This would also just be a retracement around the 61.8 retracement of this downside move. That could be a very nice sort of bear flag, right? So just be aware of that. I'm not saying that the market's definitely the market's still strong, right? Believe it or not, it's still a very long-term strong market. There is some signs of some weakness up here. There is signs of maybe a lower high that is possible. It might start to form, and if that does form, this I think is your spot to watch, right? If this fails, and fails again, this could be a very nice short right back down into 215. It's done it before, right? It's done it before. Right there, right there, right there, right there, and it could be doing it again on a lower high, right? Big fail, slight retracement, and fail again, right, at that major supply. I would be watching that. I'm not saying it's going to happen right away, but I would be stalking that possibility, okay? Dow Jones, it's all right. It's all right. I mean, it's sort of sloppy, to be honest. 42.5. It's a nice level down there. 42.5, 43,000. Where's it failing? Let's zoom in a little bit. Sort of just feels like a little bit of a retracement move after the big drop. I'd say these previous lows around this 43,850 still a concern, right? These previous lows right here. It's all right. I think it's just consolidation here. All right. Above this, I'd say 43K above this 100 SMA. That's really just it. It's just a nice consolidation, I'd say, above the 100 SMA. Really nothing interesting here, to be honest. Okay. All right. Let's go to the SMH real quick. This is the semiconductor ETF. Still monitoring this thing like a hawk. Again, some decent outperformance on that today or yesterday. We had a nice little pop off the 249 yesterday, which was showing some semiconductor outperformance. You guys can see right here, 249, 249, holding, holding. Again, today it's going to be the same read. Does 249 hold again? All right. Does SMH hold 249 again? The 50 SMA, the 20 SMA are still above. I mean, the SMH has all these daily SMAs below. We have the 50, the 20, the 100, the 200 SMA all sitting down there. So I like that. I would say 249, 247 are your big pullback zones to be watching. SMH is still going to do not much until we get over 254, right? 254 continues to be sort of that line in the sand for if there's another move on this market. So 254, major rejections, you're still under it. Until we break out of that, this could just be a pretty slow consolidation. Okay. All right. Almost 2,000 people here. If you guys could press that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, help me get to 100,000 by end of year. Probably won't get there, but if you could help me out, press that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's keep going. 45,000, Tom. Nice job, man. Hell yeah. Let's go. All right, Tesla. So, big level today on Tesla. Big level today on Tesla. I think this is a must hold if you want to see Tesla. Well, this is a must hold if you want to see Tesla create a higher low, right? If you want to see another higher low form, this is the level that must hold, right? If you don't want to see an equal low get created here, then, and you don't want to give back this entire Tuesday move, then this is the level that must hold. You guys can see right here, and it could be quite an interesting level to trade. You guys can see right here, after the big move on Tuesday, which is very nice, right? Big squeezer type move, pretty much vertically higher. We have a nice consolidation the next day, which is exactly what you want to see after straight up action, right? Straight up action followed by some consolidation and a retracement of the big move. It looks like this is right around that 61.8 retracement, right? Right there at that 447. Now, 447 is these previous highs right here. 447 previous highs, 447 previous highs. This would be the level you want to see hold today. $447 per share. You guys can see right here. You're already starting to see that hold come in, right? You're starting to see some buying stepping in off that 447 as of right now, as we speak in the pre-market. These are these previous highs that you want to see maintain. This would be the long entry to be looking for today. You can also see right here, 447, right? See this right here? 447 was the level that squeezed this higher. 447 was the previous rejection point. So this is a major spot, 447, 447, and guess what? We're right back at it today. at 447. So this is where I would be very interested to see if there's a long entry that develops, right? Is there a nice long entry down at this 447 for that next leg higher? Very possible. I think very possible. If you break under the 447, then you are going to trade back down to this 436 zone. 436, anywhere between 436 and 432 would be the next area that you would trade back down to on Tesla, which once again could be a very nice spot, right? 432, 436. You had some 436 rejections. This is where that really squeeze came out of, right? And so if you do break under that 447, which is right there, then you would trade back down to this zone here. But I would like to see Tesla create a higher low at the 447. That would be sort of the move that you'd want to see, right, to really get this to go higher. If we do pop off 447 today, then we need to get back over 460, okay? We need to get back over 460, okay? That would be the key. That would be the key break, and that would be what I would trust that upside could come in. If you can get off this 447 here and get up back above 460, that would be a very nice reclaim move right there, right? Back above 460 would be where you can really trust that this could continue higher. So your levels today, 447, 460, and then if you break 447, you're coming back down to the 436, 432. If Tesla breaks the 447, I would definitely look to get aggressive on the short side through this zone right here, right? Take a look at this. This is Tuesday, right? Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday, right? Look at this on Tuesday. So Tuesday morning, we went vertically higher, okay? We held 447 right here, which created that next move higher, right? So that, again, is why we're watching 447 today right there, right? But you went vertically higher here. So if you see today that Tesla fails below this level, right, and starts to reject, this could be very quick, guys. This could be very quick, okay? Because we went vertically higher, this could go vertically lower. It's very possible, okay? So make sure you're watching that. If we zoom on over to 447, you can see, right, we're right there. We're right at it today. So today, are we holding that, right? Or are we failing below it? That's the question. That is the question. Nvda. Nvda, nice pullback to the 137 and daily 20 SMA yesterday. That was, I think, a very clean pullback. You can see right here, that was our previous high that we talked about, and that was our 20 SMA. So yesterday, you got that pullback back to that level and pretty much just saw buyers step up very aggressively after we got that move, right? Yesterday morning, you got the pullback back towards that daily 20. Buyers just sort of popped this thing back higher into close. So again today, I will be watching what happens at the 137 and the daily 20 SMA right here. That's the big spot. Until then, this is pretty much just a consolidation, right? This is really just a meaningless move right now. Do we fail back under that 137 and that daily 20? If so, that is a concern for more downside. Or do we have a nice consolidation back towards this level, and do we start to see this curl back higher, right? That's the next question. So 137, daily 20, really nothing to report right now, right? We're just sitting right in the middle. Really no immediate actions to take here. I would just watch this 137, and I would watch this 142. It's about a 5-point range on Nvda that you might just sit in for an extended period of time. Watch the 137. If we break under that, we're going back to 135. Okay? AMD failed, right? Failed to break that 128. We talked about needing to get over that 128. That was sort of the neckline of the inverse head and shoulder. We did not. We failed it again, right? Same exact failure point. And I would say now you're going to trade back to 123. 123 is going to be that must-hold level. If you fail back under 123, this thing's dead, okay? This thing's dead. 123 AMD. Broadcom looks great. Love it, right? I love the outperformance on Broadcom. Sitting in some longs on Broadcom since since Tuesday, right? I think it was Tuesday. When did we enter this? 12/24. 12/24 was Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday. So Been sitting in these since Tuesday with the group. Looking good, up around 40% as of yesterday. Would like to see this break over 246.50 today, but this is absolutely the strongest semiconductor out there by far. At least it seems to be right now, which I love to be, right? I love to see. For now, we can see the new level that's trying to form is a hold above this 241.50. You guys can see right here. This previous high right here, as long as we're above that, I think this is very bullish, right? Over this previous high right here, there's really no reason to be concerned. Yesterday, we held the 237.50, and this hold right here was the 234. This is where I originally longed it off of. Longed it off the hold above this level right here at 234. That was a good hold. We're holding now above 237.50, right? And we're sort of creating higher lows, which is very nice. But today, we are up against a major supply, so let's be aware of that, right? We are up against a major supply around this 247 level. I'm going to move this up to 247. That looks to be where it is. It looks like this 247 is just going to be a very tough level to break through. So I'd be a little bit careful at 247 today. You're going to need some juice to get above that. If you reject this level, you're probably going to trade back to this 242 area, right? So just be aware of that. 247, big level above. ASML's got a little bit of upside going on this morning, but I really just don't love this chart still. I tried to long it back here, just failed, right? It just failed because of that market downside. It looked great. Don't look at the chart like that. It looked great here, man. It really did, right? Previous high into lows, right? Beautiful little long. I like it. It was very nice. Ended up losing on it. But, I mean, you're just sort of sitting sideways right now. So really nothing to report here. Got to get out of this zone. TSM's a little bit of a sneaky one here. You guys can see we're sort of flagging lower, right, on TSM after the big move, right? Big move, flagging lower. Not a bad flag lower. This is, guys, don't be scared of these pullbacks. This is a fantastic move, right? We went straight up and we sort of consolidating lower on some very low volume down here. I know you can't see it, but there is extremely low volume on this pullback right now. Let me see if I can grab that for you. Look at my fancy background on my computer. Right? Look at this. Just like minuscule volume down. That's bullish, right? Volume here, high, right? Volume here, very high, right? Look at the volume here compared to the volume here. Yeah, I mean, this is a nice, slow, low volume pullback after a major squeeze. This is very good still. So I would still be very focused on what happens here. Let me try to get this back to where it's supposed to be. Actually, let me just do this. Live stream. There we go. Yeah, I would still be watching this TSM. I know it might take a little bit to develop, but it's worth a stalk, right? You at least want to stalk this a little bit. 205.50, 205.50. That's the major high that we did fail below. So I'd be a little cautious right here into 205.50, of course. That could fail again. I would need to get this above 205.50 and holding above these highs, and then I would look to strike on that move. Okay? ARM, really nothing. Still below that 135. MU's dead. Qualcomm's a dead stock. Not interested. All right, let's get into Apple. Apple continues to be a beast. Nice hold yesterday of that exact 257 spot. That is exactly the spot we had. And again, that holds beautifully on the pre-market pullback. Unfortunately, it happened all in the pre-market, so hard to catch. So today, I would look for, again, pullbacks to 257 and that 260. Very nice, 3-point range, right? Perfect. Over 260, I'd look long. Back at 257, I'd look long, right? Or pullbacks to 255, I'd look long as well. So I'm just going to look for pullback longs, 257, 255, and 260 for the break and retest long, okay? Google, nothing, right? A lot of these stocks we're about to go through, guys, is I'm going to say nothing because there really is nothing, guys. This is the randomness of the market right now. You are below this major 199.50. You are above this major 194 demand, and you're just trading in the center, guys. There's no edge here, okay? You cannot develop an edge here. You can't. There's no edge, right? So the edge is created at 194, and the edge is created at 199.50. The edge for the short side is here. The edge for the longs are here. Until then, please leave this alone. There's really nothing here. Unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I wish I could say, holy shit, look at Google. This looks like a great trade today, but it doesn't, okay? That's just the reality of it. So 194, 199.50, no levels are being tapped. I'm not interested. Microsoft, it's the same exact thing, right? We zoom out on this 4-hour chart on Microsoft, just not interested in this zone. All right, we have very clear supplies at 447. We have very clear demands at 430. Where are you? You're right smack dab in the middle of it. So really have no, this is all just random price action as of now. Short edge creates itself at 447, and the long edge is down at this 50 SMA at 429, 430. Until then, leave it alone, right? There's nothing here. Amazon. I like this pullback on Amazon here. This might actually be providing a little bit of an opportunity, it looks like. I would look to see if Amazon can hold this 224 today. 224 and this daily 20 SMA, it might match here pretty soon, right? I would be watching that. Keep an eye to see if Amazon holds this 224 and this daily 20 SMA catches up to price action. This could be something that creates an edge, okay? Just be aware of that 228 above, but I would be watching that 224 on Amazon. That's a big spot. Meta, 596. That's really the only spot I'm interested in here. 596 is this previous major high. 596, 596, 596. I'd look to see if that 596 pullback does something here. That's something I would watch. 596 on Meta. Keep an eye on that spot. Looks like the upside rejections are definitely strong, though, right? We can see this 607 spot, 607, 607, 607, and yesterday again 607. So 607 looks like a very nice failure point on the daily 20 SMA. That looks very clean. And then back to 596. Right now, you're in the center of this channel. 607 to 596. Okay. Netflix, just stuck under this 927 level. You guys can see right there, 927, 927, 927, 927, 927, right? Multiple rejections here. You're stuck under it again. And then below, you got the 910 demand. 910, 927, right in the smack dab in the middle of that channel again. Got to get out of that channel. Set your alerts, guys. That would be my recommendation. Start setting those alerts. Costco, really nothing yesterday. I would continue to watch to see if this 940, 950 holds strong. But for now, again, nothing. Lululemon, actually a little bit of an interesting level to watch. A little bit of an interesting move to watch here. You guys can see that Lulu was sort of breaking down after the big move higher, right? Pulled back to that daily 20 SMA. If we look in the daily chart, this is actually very clean, right? Look at this daily chart here. Very clean daily 20 SMA hold on the daily chart. I like that, okay? If I zoom out, I also can see the possibility of Lululemon sort of filling this gap here, right? We have a big gap over here and sort of a low volume drop. This could still be sort of on its way to U-turn this entire move. That's very possible. Daily 20 SMA hold on the daily chart, right? Right there, very clean, like that. I would look to see if Lulu, right, can hold over 48 or 380, right? That would be the key here for me. If Lululemon can turn this 380 back into a strong low after a little break back under and pop back above, right? Nice reclaim move. So we had the 380 demand. We failed it. Went down to the daily 20. Instantly popped back above it and are now consolidating above again. That's nice, right? So I'd watch 380 here. If Lululemon can start to find a bid off 380, this definitely could be something to watch, okay? So watch this 380. Definitely something to watch on Lulu. The other one that I'm watching, which is also a big retailer, is actually Ulta. Believe it or not, this is actually a very nice chart on Ulta. I haven't really been watching this, but I sort of peeked at it yesterday, and I said, holy shit, this looks like a really nice chart, right? It's sort of gone already, unfortunately, but take a look at this on Ulta, right? Previous highs, previous highs, previous highs. I mean, perfect 410 supply on Ulta, right? Look at how perfect it rejected there, rejected there, rejected there, right? That's a very clear triple top at 410 on Ulta. Guess what, right? Take a look at this. Take a look at this shit. Bam. I mean, that's just nice, right? 410, previous triple top highs. Look at how it's defended here. So this looks pretty nice, right? I'm not going to lie. This is probably one of the best charts out there right now. That is a definition break and retest on Ulta. Definition. This is about as clean as it gets. previous 410 major supply highs, triple top, into the exact lows over the last month. Quite nice. So could be something to watch here, my friends, right? Maybe Ulta is back on one, and I would say this could definitely target 467 without a doubt. 467, right here. You can definitely target these 467 lows and this right here at 467. That's very nice. I think that would be your first target, which it might be getting into pretty quickly. And then above that, you got the gap, right? You got the gap right here above 467. You got a gap fill right here to 520. But I mean, look at this daily chart, man. Look at how beautiful that looks. That is a beautiful looking chart. I definitely slept on this one. I mean, I don't watch Ulta, but if you do, hell yeah. That's it. That's nice. That's very nice. So, not a bad watch there, guys. Ulta. Target also not a bad watch. Yeah, Target on the gap fill. Yesterday, it did get back over that 133, which is that must break. So I would sort of watch that target 133. It does look like it failed the 138 the last time around. So maybe you let that thing get over 138, guys, before you get too interested, right? Last time it popped higher, it failed 138 pretty aggressively. So I'd probably let that get back over that level. If you can get over 138 now, you might get a little bit more interested, okay? We can go into some of these, quantum names, the sort of stocks that have been hot. You guys can see 44 on IONQ has been a hot move. Watch 44 on that one. I know a lot of you guys, QUBT, right? This one's been sort of hot. The Quantum 16 is now holding the 12. I'm not going to really talk much about these names, guys. These are small cap names that, that's sort of the wild west at this point. If you were in QUBT up here at 27, well, you got a haircut of about 50% or more in one day. I mean, 53% in a day. So am I going to tell you, hey, I have the Desi stamp of approval on QUBT? No, I don't. All right, because you went up to $27 and you went back to 12 in one day. That's 50% of downside. Yeah, I'm not going to get involved in a stock that can lose 50% of its value in a day. It's just not what it's going to be, right? That's not what it's going to be. So best of luck on these types of names. I'm not willing to expose myself to 50% downside in a day. It's just not interesting to me. I don't feel like losing my ass. I like my ass. I don't want to lose it. So best of luck there. But 16 looks like a level. Yeah, not really interested in the Coinbase trade anymore, man. These stocks look to have died off a little bit. They need to wake up. Coinbase has been sideways for like a week, my friends. Just let this thing find something, guys. You don't need to be involved in it right now. I would let this try to find something. It just seems dead right now. So yeah, I mean, it's a good pullback. It definitely is, right? I like the pullback. You could look to develop that long thesis here. For sure, right? You can definitely look to develop that long thesis off of 265, right? That's a nice little retest of that level, right? This major high. So you could look to, sort of set up that long thesis, but just seems sort of dead, right? Do I want to sit in this? I would say, here's what I would say, okay? I would say wait for us to get back above 290. That's what I would say right here. Wait for us to get back over 290. Wait for a hold back above these lows. Wait for this to, show you that it's going to break higher. That's what I would wait for. Okay? SoundHound. Yeah, this was a stock that Nvda invested in a long time ago. I think I was trading this in like the 11s. Yeah, this thing's been pretty hot, huh? Another stock that's a small cap that can lose a ton of value in a day, but, let's take a look. I mean, that's pretty clear, no? Guys, here's the thing I'll say, okay? This is what you get. Here's my recommendation for all you salivating, everyone's salivating over these small cap names, okay? There's one reoccurring theme that I would recommend to you for those that are salivating over these stocks. You cannot buy these stocks on upside, okay? You cannot like this stock on straight upside. Why do we not like the stock on the downside, right? If we like this stock, okay, I like SoundHound, right? I like this stock. This is a stock I like, okay? That's solidified. Good, right? I'm happy. If you like the stock, good, right? Be confident. Have a backbone, okay? Like the stock regardless of what it does. Have a backbone and like the stock regardless of what it does. You buy this stock on a day like this or a day like this, okay? You do not only like SoundHound when it goes straight up, okay? If you only like SoundHound because it went up 24% yesterday, then you will get smacked, okay? Because it will drop 24% the next day and you will take your loss. And then in a week from now, it'll go up 50% and you will say, holy shit, I'm an idiot, right? So if you want to trade these stocks and you like the stock, have a backbone and believe in the pullbacks and trade the pullbacks, right? If you like SoundHound and you longed it after it dropped, right, 25% to $17, you're absolutely crushing it right now, right? You're absolutely crushing it. You're up almost you're close to up 100%. You're up 50% already. So stop chasing these stocks, please. Stop asking me about these stocks when they're up 24% the day prior. Why don't you ask me about it when it's down 25%? How about that? All right. So look for SoundHound to pull back to these levels, right? And establish your longs off major levels, right? Rather than just waiting or just hoping that it goes higher and chasing a 25% upside day. That will be my general recommendation for you guys that are watching some of these sort of high-flying, quantum, nuclear, and etc. small caps that have been sort of juicing lately, right? Why not? Why not QUBT back at 12 after down 50%? Why not? Right? Why not here? Why now? What about here? Right? That's the mindset I want you to have. Okay, I'd rather long here and lose this, right, and lose like this, than long here and lose like this, right? So, yeah, that would be my opinion, okay? All right, guys, that's about it. That's about it for today, Friday. Have a great day. You're in your demand zone on NASDAQ futures, 21.8, 21.9. You're in your NASDAQ futures. Oh, if you asked about it, then trade it, my friend. If I didn't talk about it, you don't need to, guys, you don't need to ask me about a stock before you trade it. If you like it, buy it, okay? You don't need me. I'm not the rite of passage. If you did it and you bought it at 12, congratulations, M. I'm happy for you, man. I'm not picking on anyone. Do it, right? Just do it. So 60, 60, 60, 50. The reason I say that is because I get the chat full of these questions after stocks go up. 60, 50, 60, 60. Okay? ES. All right, guys. Have a fantastic weekend. If you want to join the Discord, you got that code down below, NYE, that expires January 3rd. And do not message me, Desi, I forgot to do the discount code. It's January 4th. Can I still use it? The answer is no, okay? January 3rd, 11:59 p.m., last day to use it. If you message me after that, I'm not going to respond. Okay? Press that like button, subscribe to the channel. See you guys Monday. Peace.